3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff!
The sun and the moon and the stars, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, not to mention all of their moons.
8 planets, 1 sun, this is the way our solar system runs. 8 planets, 1 sun, this is the way our solar system runs.
Mercury, the first planet, the smallest one, also the planet closest to the sun. Twice a year you can see it in the sky, no telescope needed, just use your eye. It's made out of rocks and metal, you see, just chilling on its axis terrestrially. It orbits the sun in 87 Earth days. This means a shorter time between birthdays.
Mission Control, we're approaching Venus right now.
Venus, the second planet from the sun. Believe it or not, it's the hottest one. 800 degrees is the average temp. It's called the morning star. Sometimes you get a glimpse of it shining brightly in our atmosphere. One day on Venus is longer than its year. That sounds strange, but the fact is, it's rotating very slowly on its
The
axis.
sun and the moon and the stars, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, not to mention all of their moons.
Earth, the third planet from the sun. The only one that we found life on, like people, animals, plants, birds, and fish. Without Earth's water, life wouldn't exist. Earth has one moon that lights up the night sky. Its gravitational pull causes tides to rise. Earth is the planet with the most water, and its yearly orbit, 365 and a quarter.
Mission Control, we're approaching Mars right now.
Mars, the fourth planet from the sun, is the red planet, the last terrestrial one. Its gravitational pull is much lighter. If you were there, you could jump 3 times higher. And just like Earth, Mars has seasons. Its axis is tilted, that's the main reason. To orbit the sun, it takes Mars 2 years. Its deserts actually have ice, that's kind of weird.
Inside the Milky Way galaxy, the solar system gives you so many things to see.
Jupiter, from the sun, the fifth planet, the first gas giant, man, it's gigantic. It's the largest planet in our solar system. You can fit over 300 planet Earths in it. It has a great red spot from stormy skies discovered by astronomers in 1665. With over 60 moons in short days, Jupiter is different in a lot of ways.
Mission Control, we're approaching Saturn. Wow, we should look at those rings.
Saturn, the sixth planet from the sun, is the second gas giant, the cool-looking one with the rings around it, made of dust and ice, and they're huge, over 8,000 miles wide. It has the fastest winds of all the planets, 150 moons, and even smaller moonlets. It takes 29 years to round the sun, and Saturn's rings make it a truly unique one.
The sun and the moon and the stars, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, not to mention all of their moons.
Uranus, the seventh planet from the sun, the opposite of Venus, is the coldest one. Its axis is the most unique thing of all. It makes Uranus rotate like a bowling ball. It's the lightest of the gas giants. It takes 84 Earth years just to make its orbit. Some people say its name a different way, but we'll stick with Uranus if that's okay.
Mission Control, we're approaching Neptune. Man, it's cold out here.
Neptune, eighth planet from the sun, a bright blue planet, also an icy one. For centuries, people didn't know that it existed. It's not that big, so we can see how they missed it. It's the smallest of the 4 gas giants with quite a bit of mass and a very active climate. It's a big ball of hydrogen and helium sitting at the very far end of the solar system.
Inside the Milky Way galaxy, the solar system gives you so many things to see.
Last but not least, let's talk about the sun. It's the star at the center of our solar system, responsible for all of Earth's weather and climate, so big that 1 million Earths could fit inside of it. It's a huge burning ball of gases. Don't even try to look at it without protective glasses. It supplies the Earth with heat and light. The sun keeps the seasons of the Earth working right.
The sun and the moon and the stars, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, not to mention all of their moons. something about Mercury. In the order of the planets, it's the first you see. It's the closest planet to the big fat sun, and I still can't believe it's not the hottest one. Let me tell you a little something about Mercury. It's also called the planet of extremes, with days so hot and nights so cold. It can't be home to a living soul.
This planet has a place in space 36 million miles away
From the sun.
the smallest planet in the solar system. But you won't believe how much it weighs,
3.86 billion tons.
with no moon in the sky at night and nothing to give it some light.
It's so dark.
Not only dark but extremely cold. It's 330 degrees below.
That's negative
Let me
10.
tell you a little something about Mercury. It's made of iron and heavy things. Its atmosphere is extremely thin. No human could possibly breathe it in. Let me tell you a little something about Mercury. It's terrestrial, that's real rocky. It takes 59 days to rotate or spin. Its atmosphere is made of oxygen and sodium and hydrogen and helium and potassium.
We try to learn more about Mercury, so we sent some space probes out there.
2 so far.
Mariner 10 showed us the craters, then we sent Messenger 30 years later.
See what we did right there.
It doesn't have an atmospheric shield to protect it from solar rays.
From the sun.
This also means it has some freezing nights and some amazingly excessive hot days.
800 degrees.
Let me tell you a little something about Mercury. It was named for a Roman deity. He had wings on his helmet and his shoes. He's an ancient mailman, messenger dude. Let me tell you a little something about Mercury. In the order of the planets, it's the first you see. It's the closest planet to the big fat sun, and I still can't believe it's not the hottest one. Sun and the moon and the stars. Venus, second planet from the sun. Temperature-wise, you're the hottest one. You're called the morning and the evening star. Our next door neighbor. Temperature-wise, you're the hottest one. You're called the morning and the evening star. Our next door neighbor, and you're not too far. NASA says that your world is dim because your atmosphere won't let much light in. Whoa, it's thick and toxic and it traps in heat. You're named for the Roman goddess of love and beauty. You're 900 degrees in Fahrenheit. It's mighty dark in the middle of your moonless night.
Did you know that Venus's surface is covered with craters, volcanoes, and dry lava? What?
You're so quirky with the way you spin. It's backwards, retrograde rotation. Oh, Venus in the time it takes for you to rotate. Venus in the time it takes. You're so quirky with the way you spin. It's backwards, retrograde rotation. Oh, Venus in the time it takes for you to rotate. The Earth has seen more than 200 days, and your day is longer than your year. We think you're awesome, Venus, but that's sorta weird.
Did you know that Venus's atmosphere is made of carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and sulfuric acid? And if you lived on Venus, which no one can, you would see the sun rising in the west and setting in the east due to its backward rotation. What?
You're 67 million miles from the sun, with a large volcano called magma. Oh, Venus, yeah, you're Earth's twin sister. Yeah, your size is similar. Yeah, but you're still different.
Yeah.
Hey, Venus, yeah, you're always cloudy. Yeah, and you're terrestrial. Yeah, that means you're rocky. Yeah. Hey, Venus, you're so fly, shining brightly in our sky. Hey, Venus, yeah. Hey, Venus.
Yeah.
Hey, Venus,
exciting adventure. Be with us again next week. We'll be listening. How about you?
Sun and the moon and the stars. Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune.
Just take a photo of the insect inside the frame. Picture insect uses artificial intelligence to determine what it is.
Planet Earth. Planet Earth. Third rock from the sun is the only one with a bunch of life, 'cause there ain't no place like planet Earth. Planet Earth. Planet Earth. 93 million miles from the sun is the planet we're on, and there ain't no place like planet Earth.
Planet Earth is rocky.
Terrestrial.
From its core through the mantle to the crust.
For life to exist on planet Earth, the right type of atmosphere is a must.
78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 1% is other elements.
The Earth has just the right atmospheric content.
Planet Earth. Planet Earth. Every 24 hours the Earth rotates, and this is how we get our night and day. Planet Earth. It's teeming with life. From the fish in the sea to the birds in the sky, the plants and the animals and you and I.
Earth is called the Goldilocks planet. Conditions are just right for the life in it.
Lots of water and a great atmosphere.
And a whole lot of trees to keep the air clear.
They breathe in what we breathe out.
CO2 is what we're talking about.
70% of the Earth is water.
If you see it from space, it looks like a blue marble. Planet Earth. Planet Earth. There's life everywhere, from the skies to the seas to the microscopic organisms in the dirt. Planet Earth. We're living on planet Earth. Third rock from the sun is the only one with a bunch of life, 'cause there ain't no place like planet Earth. Planet Earth. We're living on planet Earth. Planet Earth. We're living on planet Earth. Let me tell you a little something about Mercury. In the order of the planets, it's the first you see. It's the closest.
Hey, Cowboy Lance!
Yeah, girls?
We heard you know a thing or two about the planets. Could you tell us about planet Mars?
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Planet Mars, fourth planet from the sun among the stars. I can't think of nothing for these 4 bars, so let's keep talking about planet
Now,
Mars.
planet Mars is 142 million miles from the sun. Outside of planet Earth, planet Mars is the most researched one. If you compare Mars to Earth by diameter, Mars is roughly half its size. It's called the red planet, and its color comes from dust that's made from iron oxide. Alright.
Planet Mars, fourth planet from the sun among the stars. I can't think of nothing for these 4 bars, so let's keep talking about planet Mars.
Mars has seasons like Earth because its axis is tilted 25 degrees. If you lived on Mars, you'd weigh less than you would on Earth due to gravity. It takes 687 Earth days for Mars to orbit the Sun. It's got the largest volcano in the solar system, and its name is Olympus Mons. Oh, good.
Planet Mars, fourth planet from the sun among the stars. I can't think of nothing for these 4 bars, so let's keep talking about planet
Now,
Mars.
planet Mars has a couple of moons, and we didn't want to leave that out. Their names are Deimos and Phobos, fear and panic. Now, what's that all about? Well, Mars was named for the god of war in the legends of ancient Rome. And Deimos and Phobos were his twin sons, so you know they were bad to the bone. Here we go.
Planet Mars, fourth planet from the sun among the stars. I can't think of nothing for these 4 bars, so let's keep talking about planet Mars.
One day on Mars is about as long as one day on Earth, you see. Theirs is 24 hours and 37 minutes with a slower rotational speed. Now, we've sent missions up to Mars to find out what we can, like Spirit, Opportunity, and Curiosity roaming around on Martian land. Alright.
Planet Mars, fourth planet from the sun among the stars. I can't think of nothing for these 4 bars, so let's keep talking about planet Mars.
got to say about planet Mars?
Planet Earth. Jupiter, fifth planet from the sun in our solar system. Jupiter is the biggest one. Jupiter, fifth planet from the sun in our solar system. Jupiter is the biggest one. Jupiter,
The very first gas giant.
Jupiter,
It's also a stormy planet.
Jupiter,
It has a great red spot.
Jupiter,
Storms happen there a lot. It's 86,881 miles in diameter and negative 284 degrees is its temperature. It's 484 million miles away from the sun.
Jupiter,
Its size can't be outdone.
Jupiter, fifth planet from the sun in our solar system. Jupiter is the biggest one. Jupiter, fifth planet from the sun in our solar system. Jupiter is the biggest one.
Well, Jupiter was named after an ancient Roman god. When they saw that big fat planet in the sky, I'm sure they thought it was odd. Huh.
Hey man, you're messing up our song!
I apologize. Huh.
Now let's get back to our regularly scheduled song.
Jupiter,
It's called the king of the planets.
Jupiter,
All the other planets could fit inside of it.
Jupiter,
Its days are 10 hours long.
Jupiter,
Over 60 moons call it their home. It has dark red bands called belts and lighter bands called zones. Jupiter and all of its moons could make a solar system on their own. It takes 4,333 days to go around the sun, and its atmosphere is made of hydrogen and helium.
Jupiter, fifth planet from the sun in our solar system. Jupiter is the biggest one. Jupiter, fifth planet from the sun in our solar system. Jupiter is the biggest one. Jupiter, it has a lot of mass. Jupiter, it's a big fat ball of gas. Jupiter, it has a lot of mass. Jupiter, it's a big fat ball of gas.
Planet Mars, fourth planet from the sun among the stars. I can't think of nothing for these 4 bars, so let's keep talking about planet Mars. Let me take
Where's the best place to wear your Skechers Go Walk pants? Everywhere, because Skechers Go Walk pants are breathable and flexible with a comfy soft feel. Plus, they have front and rear pockets, including a hidden zip.
What's the planet with the beautiful rings? What's the planet with the beautiful rings?
Saturn,
What's the planet with the beautiful rings?
Saturn,
What's the planet with the beautiful rings?
Saturn,
What's the planet with the beautiful rings? Saturn is the planet with the beautiful rings. Saturn is beautiful, magical it seems, with an elaborate network of 7 large rings. They each have an orbit of a different speed. They're made of dust and ice and other debris. It's oftentimes called the jewel of space. It's the second largest planet with a prominent place. It's 6th in line from the heat of the sun. Its atmosphere is methane, hydrogen, and helium. What's the planet with the beautiful rings?
Saturn,
What's the planet with the beautiful rings?
Saturn,
What's the planet with the beautiful rings? Saturn is the planet with the beautiful rings. The Romans named Saturn for the god of agriculture. It's the only planet that could actually float in water, because it's a gas giant and not very dense. 1,100 miles an hour is the speed of its winds. This causes major storms every 30 years, and Galileo once thought
Shapes like a bowling ball.
Hey, what's that? Off in the distance. Do you see it?
Yes. Eureka! It's Neptune! Neptune, planet number 8, a deep blue disk in outer space. Neptune, you're made of gas. They reclassified Pluto and now you're last. Neptune, planet number 8, a deep blue disk in outer space. Neptune, you're made of gas. They reclassified Pluto and now you're last.
Neptune, Neptune, why are you blue?
It's all the methane in my atmosphere, dude.
Neptune, Neptune, what's that spot?
It's a place where storms tend to happen a lot. Sometimes it's here, other times it's there. My dark stormy spot can be anywhere.
Neptune, you're so far away.
Almost 3 billion miles from the sun, they say. That super long distance is the main reason that my temperature is low and my clouds keep freezing. I have ice crystals floating all around. I'm a big gas giant, but not easily found.
What do you mean?
Well, because of all the distance, astronomers have to use a telescope's assistance.
Cool.
They didn't find me till 1846. I was there the whole time. I wasn't trying to play tricks. Neptune, planet number 8, a deep blue disk in outer space. Neptune, you're made of gas. They reclassified Pluto and now you're last. Neptune, planet number 8, a deep blue disk in outer space. Neptune, you're made of gas. They reclassified Pluto and now you're last.
This is a tune about Neptune, not a tune about tuna, 'cause tuna is a fish, not Neptune, the Beanie Boo seahorse. It's a tune about Neptune, the planet. Neptune, Neptune, you have dark
I
lines.
have zones like Jupiter, but these are mine.
What about moons?
Yeah, I have those too. Triton is the largest of my satellite crew. I'm named for the Roman god of the sea. My winds blow fast, supersonic speed.
Wait, what? Faster than the speed of sound?
1100 miles an hour, they're the fastest around. They move eastward and westward at different velocities.
What does that mean?
It's their directional speed.
Do you have rings?
Yeah, I've got a few that were first confirmed by Voyager 2.
Neptune, Neptune, how long is your day?
19 Earth hours if you count it that way. I'm the farthest planet out, so my orbit is long. About 60,000 days to go around the sun. Neptune, planet number 8, a deep blue disk in outer space. Neptune, you're made of gas. They reclassified Pluto and now you're last. Neptune, planet number 8, a deep blue disk in outer space. Neptune, you're made of gas. They reclassified Pluto and now you're last. N-E-P-T-U-N-E, N-E-P-T-U-N-E, 8th planet from the sun you see. N-E-P-T-U-N-E, N-E-P-T-U-N-E, hey, thanks for listening.
Bring your furry friends to
Ceres. 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 The dwarf planet Ceres. My name is Ceres and I'm a dwarf planet in the asteroid belt. The only dwarf in the inner solar system, pretty much by myself.
Oh yeah,
I hang out between Mars and Jupiter and I'm made of rock.
that's right.
I was discovered in the 1800s, so I'm not a new kid on the block.
Here we go.
1801 was the year when Giuseppe Piazzi discovered that I was here. They thought I was an asteroid for a long time, but then they realized they gave me the wrong kind of classification, so they had to correct it. Now I'm a dwarf planet, much more respected, and I'm about as big across as Texas, twice the size of the asteroid Vesta. I got my name from the goddess of the harvest, and in the asteroid belt I am the largest celestial object hanging out with the space rocks, and my surface has mysterious bright spots. Scientists still don't know what those are, but they give off a serious shine from afar. So NASA sent out the spacecraft Dawn to study me and try to figure out what's going on. My name is Ceres and I'm a dwarf planet in the asteroid belt. The only dwarf in the inner solar system, pretty much by myself.
Oh yeah,
It takes about 5 Earth years for me to go around the sun.
that's right.
And I rotate really fast, so my day is 9 hours long.
Here we go.
My name is Ceres with a C, not like the other series, cause that would be a sequence of events or activities. But I'm a dwarf planet and I'm one of these. My name is Ceres and I'm a dwarf planet in the asteroid belt. The only dwarf in the inner solar system, pretty much by myself.
Oh yeah,
Anytime you eat a bowl of cereal, I hope you keep this in mind.
what's that?
My name is where cereal came from, looks like I'm out of time.
Goodbye.
Pluto, you're smaller than Earth's moon, and that made some people think that you weren't good enough to be a planet. But we believe that you feel differently, and here's why. You used to be the 9th planet from the sun, till the International Astronomical Union reclassified you in 2006. They said that you're no longer qualified for planet status in their eyes. How could they play such a cruel celestial trick?
Pluto, you'll always be a planet to us. They made you a dwarf, it's not fair. Pluto, you didn't even put up a fuss. Now they're acting like you're not there.
Your distance from the sun on an average day is about 3.6 billion miles away, and your temperature is negative 369 degrees. You're made of water and ice with a rocky core. This should have been enough, but they wanted more. It takes you too long to make your way around the sun. In 76 years, your orbit's only just begun.
Pluto, you'll always be a planet to us. They made you a dwarf, it's not fair. Pluto, you didn't even put up a fuss. Now they're acting like you're not there.
Ooh, you're periodically closer to the sun. This is when your ice thaws and your atmosphere forms. It's made of methane and nitrogen, Pluto. Ooh, you have 5 moons that we know so far. You're the largest planet out there among the dwarfs. You have an elliptical orbit that makes you kinda crazy, trading places with Neptune. They can't say you're lazy.
Pluto, you'll always be a planet to us. They made you a dwarf, it's not fair.
What's up with that?
Pluto, even though it's all a big bust, we honestly just don't care.
Haumea is a rock in a spot in the outer solar system where it never gets hot. Haumea, 4 billion miles from the sun, originally called EL61. March 2003 is the time you were found, and now you're one of the fastest spinning objects around. Elongated shape, you spin end over end, and in terms of uniqueness, Haumea, you win.
Dwarf planet, weird shape, you finally got your name in 2008. Icy planet, really bright, 32% of Pluto's
vodka, they might find more soon. Haumea. As a short 4-hour day, 285 years is how long your orbit takes. There was a question at first of who discovered you. Was it the guys in Spain or the Michael Brown crew? The IAU couldn't seem to decide, so the credit that they gave, they simply divided.
Rocky planet, Pluto-like, your surface is covered in a coat of ice. No atmosphere, a TNO. This means that your temperatures are really, really low. Haumea, you're cold. Haumea, a TNO. Haumea, weird spin. Haumea, long and thin. Haumea. Haumea. Third dwarf. You're not a dwarf. You're cool. Dwarf planets rule.
Save up to
Makemake.
You're a dwarf planet, small in size. After Pluto and Eris, you're the third in line.
Makemake.
Located in the Kuiper belt, beyond the orbit of Neptune's where you find yourself. Discovered by astronomer Michael Brown, you're one of the reasons he knocked Pluto down. First observed in 2005, and they originally called you FY9.
Named for the retinue, we got a fertility. That's when they changed your name to Makemake. Makemake.
Surface covered with methane ice, the second brightest outer solar system object in sight.
Makemake.
And your code name was Easter Bunny. Don't know about you, but to me that's pretty funny. Like the largest Kuiper belt objects, you have a moon. It's a tiny dark spot we call MK2. Reddish brown is the color you display when your surface interacts with
Ultraviolet rays. Makemake.
You've got ice like a rink for playing hockey.
Makemake.
You pack a serious punch like Rocky.
Makemake.
You don't have a mouth, so you know talkie.
Makemake.
This song is finished, so now we're gonna stop it.
Eris, you're a dwarf, named for the Greek goddess of discord. Discovered in 2005, you're heavier than Pluto.
But a little smaller in size. 10th planet from the sun. Your moon is Dystonia. Your name is Eris.
Number 2 dwarf in size, first in mass, so it's really alright.
Beyond the Kuiper belt, where the sun's barely felt. Your name is Eris.
You have a super cold surface, negative 231 degrees Celsius.
Eris, your orbit's long, 560 years to go around. When you get closer to the sun, your frozen atmosphere begins to thaw.
The place where you live is called the scattered disk. Your name is Eris.
Yeah, you make your home where the icy minor planets roam.
You're smaller than Earth's moon. You're called a trans-Neptunian object.
Or TNO with an orbit that's farther than Neptune shows.
Scientists think that you're made of rock. You're hanging out in the most distant spot. All the asteroids in the Kuiper belt can fit inside your dwarf planet itself. You're super cold all night and day because you're 8 billion miles away from the sun. Yeah, Eris, you're the one, and it's been fun.
Which pet wants to come on an adventure today? I'll take that as a yes.
I am the sun, I'm a yellow star. You can feel my heat, though I'm very far.
93 million miles.
I am the center of the solar system. I'm made of hydrogen and helium.
I don't have a solid surface because I'm a ball of gas. I'm 99.8% of the solar system's mass.
Wow!
And nuclear fusion is how I generate energy. The temperature in my core is 27 million degrees. There are 8 major planets that are orbiting around me. If I didn't send my light your way, there's not a whole lot you could see.
Yikes!
It takes about 8 minutes for my light to arrive on Earth, and solar flares are what happens when I have a quick energy burst. I'm 93 million miles away. I'm the light that you get in the middle of the day when it's time for you to go out and play, and even when it's dark, I never really go away.
I am the sun, I'm the yellow star. You can feel my heat, though I'm very far.
93 million miles.
Without my energy, Earth has no life. I'm over 800,000 miles wide.
The internal structure of the sun is made up of 3 parts: the core, radiative zone, and convection zone.
I warm your oceans, and I also melt your snow. I regulate your seasons, and I cause your plants to grow. My surface temperature is around 10,000 degrees. So when you're at the beach on a sunny day, be sure to pack your sunscreen.
The surface of the sun is the photosphere. Above that layer is the chromosphere. Combined with corona is the atmosphere. And that's about all I can say right here.
I am the sun, I'm the yellow star. You can feel my heat, though I'm very far.
93 million miles.
I'm big enough to hold a million Earths.
That's big.
This song is done, there's no other verse.
We're finished.
This is a song about the moon. Yes, you could call it a moon or two. You can look at the sky at night, see the moon shining bright. It's a natural satellite, and it orbits the Earth, reflecting the sun's light. The moon is a rocky place, we always see the same side of face.
Why?
Because the time it takes to rotate is the same as its orbit.
There's 27 days.
And the moon looks different, depending on the way the sunlight hits it. It goes through 8 phases. It may sound same, but the way that it goes is
New moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent.
this is a song about the moon. Yes, you could call it a moon or two. You look at the sky at night, see the moon shining bright. It's a natural satellite, and it orbits the Earth, reflecting the sun's light.
Now the moon has basins and craters, lava and plains and mountain ranges. Its gravity pulls at the Earth, causing high tides, and it's over 2,000 miles wide.
The moon is 239,000 miles away. July 20th, 1969. We'll always remember that day.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We traveled a long way.
This is a song about the moon. Yes, you could call it a moon or two. You can look at the sky at night, see the moon shining bright. It's a natural satellite, and it orbits the Earth, reflecting the sun's light.
long orbit.
It's Sedna.
Sedna was discovered by Michael Brown. 2003 was when the planet was found. The only thing redder than Sedna's Mars. Sedna was discovered by Michael Brown. 2003 was when the planet was found. The only thing redder than Sedna's Mars, and its distance from the sun is super duper far. We're talking 84 billion miles. No other planet orbits in Sedna's style. It goes around the sun in a gigantic ellipse. It takes 11,000 years just to make one trip. Methane, nitrogen, and water, ice is Sedna's surface composition. Better get it right.
Yeah.
It's the most distant object in the solar system, but I'm pretty sure that we've missed some. Named for the goddess of the sea at the bottom of the Arctic in the Inuit mythology. You can find Sedna hanging out in the inner Oort cloud, and it's time for the chorus now. Dwarf planet,
It's Sedna.
got a weird orbit.
It's Sedna.
Dwarf planet,
It's Sedna.
got a long orbit.
It's Sedna.
Dwarf planet,
It's Sedna.
got a strange orbit.
It's Sedna.
Dwarf planet,
It's Sedna.
got a long orbit.
It's Sedna.
Some people say Sedna is a scattered object, or in the trans-Neptunian set. But we haven't been out there yet, so it's really just anyone's guess.
Dwarf planet,
It's Sedna.
got a weird orbit.
It's Sedna.
You're a small little dwarf planet.
It's Sedna.
Got a long orbit.
Take forever to go around the sun.
It's Sedna.
Got a strange orbit.
It's
Teeny
Sedna.
tiny little dwarf planet.
It's Sedna.
Got a long orbit.
It's Sedna.
Learn to read on the reading eggs. The fun never.
Quaoar. Quaoar's the name, pronouncing it is kinda hard. Quaoar. It's a dwarf planet, not a comet or a star. 2002 is the year you were found by Chad Trujillo and Michael Brown. Like Pluto, you're chilling in the Kuiper's belt among icy debris where no human can dwell. Although Quaoar is right, it was much too small to be accurately measured by Palomar. It was a 48-inch telescope that they used, but Hubble gave a measurement much more true.
About 700 miles in diameter. You're a long-distance space traveler. 285 years to go one lap around the sun. Man, that's slow.
Quaoar. Quaoar's the name, pronouncing it is kinda hard. Quaoar. It's a dwarf planet, not a comet or a star. 2007, not a moment too soon. It was discovered that Quaoar has one small moon. They call it Quaoar. Say what? And it orbits fast. It's only 1/2000th of Quaoar
the end of the Quaoar song. We tried not to pronounce it wrong. Please make sure to like and subscribe. We're signing off, and we'll see you next time. The dwarf planet, we don't really know that much about you yet. The Kuiper Belt is where you're found, yet another dwarf discovered by Michael Brown. Orcus, the dwarf planet, we don't really know that much about you yet. You're a trans-Neptunian Plutino, and here's a couple more things that we know.
Are you talking about orcas like killer whales?
No, Orcus, the dwarf planet.
90482.
Are you talking about orcas like killer whales?
No, Orcus, the dwarf planet.
90482. No, it's not a zip code, it's the number that they gave you.
Orcus.
First spotted by the Palomar Observatory. Just some background in case you haven't heard the story. Michael Brown, Chad Trujillo, and David Rabinowitz were like the three amigos. They discovered this Plutino in 2004. They named it Orcus after Etruscan folklore. He was the god of the underworld, a bad dude. Judging by his face, he was always in a bad mood. But anyway, Orcus has one move called Vamp for the goddess of death.
Sounds like fun too.
It's a Plutino, that means it's bound by the gravity of Neptune as they both go around the sun. And Orcus takes a long time to make the trip, 247 years.
Really?
Legit!
At over 600 miles across, Orcus orbits the sun like a Kuiper Belt boss.
Orcus, the dwarf planet, we don't really know that much about you yet. The Kuiper Belt is where you're found, yet another dwarf discovered by Michael Brown. Orcus, the dwarf planet, we don't really know that much about you yet. You're a trans-Neptunian Plutino, and that's pretty much what we know.
Which pet wants to come on an adventure today? I'll take that as a yes.
Salacia,
The dwarf planet.
some people call you
The dwarf candidate.
Salacia,
The Kuiper Belt is your home.
and your name comes from the goddess of the sea in
Ancient Rome.
2004 you were discovered by Michael Brown and two others, Henry Rowe and Christina Barcume, and they classified you as a trans-Neptunian object. You just got a disk, you know, and your orbit is slightly larger than Pluto's. Over 270 years.
Salatia's a long way away from here.
Salacia, you're as big as Ceres, but farther away.
Salacia,
The dwarf planet.
some people call you
The dwarf candidate.
As big as Ceres, but farther away.
Salacia,
The dwarf planet.
some people call you
The dwarf candidate.
Salacia,
The Kuiper Belt is your home.
and your name comes from the goddess of the sea in
Ancient Rome.
Salacia has a lot of water ice, and it also has a natural satellite. And the name of this moon is Actea, a sea deity in Greek mythology. Scientists aren't really sure if Salacia has a rocky core. We're pretty sure that they're doing their best, so we're okay.